Ladies and gentlemen, Zebra in the morning. Laura Styles Rosenberg's out on assignment, but my brother Michael Bivins has stepped in the room.
Yes.
That's right. World premiere of The Hustle of Mike Biv streams August 24th. So this is already out.
Yeah.
On AllBLK. It's been out.
Been out.
Tell me what's the Hustle? What is this show about?
It's The Hustle of 617 Mike Biv. It's a Boston area code. It's a documentary, Lauren E. That's it starts off with my love for basketball. You know, that was my dream. I want to play on NBC and have Al McGuire say my name. I want to go to
You wanted
DePaul.
that Bob Costas.
Yeah, all that. That's what I was, right? And then, you know, Ricky, Bobby, myself, we created New Edition, and then I got into the music business through that. And so as that moves through the documentary, it tells a little bit about, you know, the trials and tribulations as an artist, then becoming an executive, then a family man, then a community man, and then basically with this project taking a leap of faith and paying for it, it put me in the seat as a director. And because of all of that, moving into a deal with AllBLK and We TV family, you know, we went #1 on some platforms.
Yeah.
So it let me know that, you know, people do want to see a feel-good story. You know, we tired of the bigger guns than Bow Wow, and it's not that. It's feel-good, it's sports, it's music, it's hood, it's community, and it teaches you how to never forget where you come from.
Now, the AllBLK platform, for y'all out there, it's an app. You could download it. You could pay a yearly fee. AllBLK
Yes.
TV. They also have the on some channels out here too, right? Where it's on Roku, Amazon.
Yes,
All
Apple
that.
TV is
Apple
moving through
TV.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah, so you can put the app anywhere.
Yeah, they put it up real nice, and they do good business, bro. I recommend anybody that's trying to shop or do something, make sure you go see them over there. They do great business, and they understand the culture.
So, Biv, I got a number of things I want to talk to you about. Are you still living in Boston? Are you still?
I'm still in Beantown with a Massachusetts license.
That's dope, man. And that, you know, I think a lot of people forget New Edition coming from Boston. You know, y'all obviously transcended so many, you know, things.
Right.
But you guys are also just coming off tour too, I believe.
Yes, we are coming off of the Legacy tour, and a year ago we did the Culture tour. And to be honest, for New Edition back to back, that's a milestone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's everybody.
All six. We wouldn't have did it no other way. After the movie, we felt like if we was gonna move out, we was gonna keep the indie for life is happy. No bullshit. Everybody showed up. Few nights, you know, little knee problem, maybe a little fatigue, but definitely nothing wilding. Everything was good.
If social media was around when y'all was really outside, any heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Brown going solo, BBD movement, the whole thing. Who would have had the wildest Instagram page? Who would have had the wildest TikTok back then?
Shit, let me see. I mean, you could go a couple of places. You know, I feel like the snitch right now. I don't know, man. I think it's a fair game. I think everybody would have had a moment.
Wow. Y'all have been wild.
Yeah, because the ones you think not is the ones.
Ronnie was wilding. I say it. Ronnie was the ladies' man, son. He played quiet and all that. Yo, Ronnie, you know I know.
RD, he's RD. You know, Ricky's nickname is Slick. It's something. Ralph's a little slick too. Rizzo's got
he
his
trying to play
name.
sensitive.
Yeah. Rizzo's real slick. He know he is too. He probably smiling right now. But the good thing is everybody was a project kid, so everybody got it in them.
Right.
I saw the trailer for the documentary. I was playing it earlier today, and there was a picture that you put up. Speaking because no social media, but actual photos. There's a photograph of you, Michael Jordan, and Michael Jackson. Can you tell us a little story behind that one?
Man, long story short, Laura, it was crazy. ABC was doing a video with Mike. Mike was shooting the Bugs Bunny commercial, and I knew Mike, you know, from before. I considered him a friend.
And you talking about ABC at the playground,
yeah,
ABC, another bad creation.
So I just went to Mike and was like, yo, take this picture with ABC, man, and make me look good as a CEO. And, you know, he like, yo, don't mess with me right now, send me in 15. So it's all in the doc the way it goes. But the thing that was interesting is, as I walked in with Mike, the photographer for Michael Jackson wanted a picture with Jordan. And Mike let me play security bodyguard and manager. And I cut the deal with the photographer. You could get the picture with Jordan. But Mike said, I only take the picture if you could get in it. And that's how it came to life.
Oh, my God. So good.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
What a legendary photo.
What when after the Any Heartbreak album and y'all decided to do BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe, what when y'all really slid into that hip hop R&B sound?
Right.
And we've talked about it before, but I love to remind people of that time, what was happening, the Kid Capri tapes, the Ron G tapes,
Yes.
these tapes that were blending hip hop records and classic R&B records. Was that the inspiration for y'all? Was that what made you know that there was something there for us to really lean into this?
Well, the interesting thing, that was an easy transition for me, Ron, and Rick, because all we had to do was be ourselves. Don't forget, New Edition, you got to wear
Been rapping.
1,500 suits, $1,500 suits. You got to do precision steps, but everyone could do what we was doing. Like if you listen to Candy Girl, there's
Y'all
bars
rapping on
there.
there.
Right.
Cool
You
it
got
down.
a girl, she walks so fancy. So we've been moving through the culture of hip hop, but we just felt like we want to be so different than the New Edition live drums. We want to smack the MPs, and we found the sound, but we were still kind of the underdog. We took the crap stories, they not gonna be nothing, they can't sing, they can't do this. And we fought through it. And I think combining the Hank Shockley and the Spider-Man and Freeze and those elements and the Smiligans, I think we came through because we didn't have no bar. We had no pressure, nobody didn't see us coming. And I just think Poison was a monster, money. Like, to this day, that shit is go-to. 1 in the morning,
absolutely.
right? Go-to.
Absolutely.
And even when y'all do the concerts, it's in
there.
between the sets, right?
Yeah.
And when you could come out the gate with that type of monster, it kills all the naysayers.
And I remember when the album came out, albums used to come out on Tuesdays.
Right.
I called the Tower Records. They said they had the album. I darted out the front door.
No way.
Boom, the bus was coming down the street.
No way.
Y'all got full sprint to the
No
bus. Just so I could make sure I had the tape first
Nice.
at school the next day. That BBD tape, I had to have it.
Yeah, and guess what? You said the question about social media. Y'all sit here, right? Rockin' station, credible station. Do you know back in the 90s, no station would play Poison?
What?
Facts, E.
Why?
Laura, listen, when we tried to service the joint, the PDs and the MDs was like, we'll never play this shit. It's low pro hold, this, that, and the third. It'll never happen.
Yeah, because that was before hip hop radio had happened.
Right.
So there was no Cameo, there was no Hot 97.
There you go,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So check it. You figured New York back then was what, 12 to 2 on the weekends when you could hear hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Well, even that 6 o'clock DJ drive wouldn't play it. So we had no entryway. The only way we got Poison off was on BET. We premiered the video on Video Soul. From that point on, it moved. And I say it all the time, like I wish I could call a DJ to say thank you, but I don't know who I could call to say thank you for breaking it.
Because it was BET first.
It was Donnie Simpson. Facts.
Wow. And a lot of people don't remember that, yes, black radio stations would not support rap in primetime day parts. It was only on the weekends.
And guess what? And if anyone keeps it real with himself, the record that kind of blueprinted it was the Jody Watley Rakim remix.
Facts.
Okay? Stay with me. When that went through, then hip hop saw life. On radio.
Right.
In primetime radio.
And we were talking about, 7 a.m. to,
Yes.
7 p.m. If you could get on in that time, that's prime time.
Yes,
Of course,
yes.
of course,
Listen
of
to
course.
the boss. I love it.
When you look back at developing Boyz II Men, that idea of saying like, yo, I know how to make an R&B group. I found some highly talented individuals. I'm starting my record label.
Right.
And you went and met these brothers in Philly. Walk us through that time for yourself, like what you were doing business-wise and just create an R&B group. Because here we are sitting today. Where's a successful R&B group? And why is it so hard?
Yeah,
Well-
and how did with the very beginning though? How did you find them?
Well, I met them backstage, and I almost didn't meet them. It's in the doc too. Ron and Ricky saw them first, and I seen them after, and they sang again. But I was just saying, well, Boyz II Men, maybe in my 20s, I'm blazing, so my attitude is real rough, and my comments were rough. So I'm trying to teach them and help them understand it's a Rottweiler business, so you have to prepare yourself, and I'll be your worst critic. So I told a couple of them, yo, you need to work on your left and your right foot, your dancing is off, and because they were singers, but I'm trying to turn them into live entertainers. And, they committed themselves for their weaknesses. But even then, the Motown label that I was in business with, they didn't really want the boys. They didn't see it. They didn't feel like they was going to be, the front cover magazine. They didn't see the marketing. They didn't see the vibe, and they overlooked the voices. So for them, they were my biggest fight to prove to the label and to prove to people that just because people don't think you got it, you still got to stick to it and win. And I said our go-to would always be a cappella. And it was right after the Milli Vanilli at the Grammys. I said, nigga, we got a runway now. We got a void right now.
Because they had been exposed.
You see where I'm going with this, Laura? So I said, now that they really exposing, can't no one come the way we come. So I just brought them coming through a cappella. That's how I got to It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. I just cracked the door open and said, now everyone hiding behind that mic, you got to step to the light.
And even at that time, hearing you say that record labels look past talent. Because, nowadays people remix music business history as if the music business, the business of putting music out and selling it, was really just focused on talent at a certain point in time. And that's a lie.
Yes. I mean, you
had to have some, but you also have marketability.
Yeah, but you got to look at it this way, right? There's different levels of singing, just like it's different level of rapping and cadence, right? Rob Bass will never be Biggie Smalls, but Rob Bass got a monster, right? Whatever it is, right? So you just figure when we came through, those executives, when I came through, right, those executives were much older. So you know how they say, yo, you don't understand what's going on in them streets. Let me help you understand. It was my job to say, let me show you how you win because you're used to playing it a certain way, right? But look at my competition, though, right? So here I am. I got the good guys with the bow ties giving you the preppy look. And then, you got the Jodeci on the BBD thing with the boots and the all black. You got that. So that's my focus. So as a coach, I'm like, okay, how I'm going to take Andre out? I'm 20, Drake probably in his 30s. So I looked at it like this whole thing is a competitive thing. And then I called Dre, right? And I said, listen, you selling joints, I'm selling joints, but what about a boxer who's the champion and then the number one contender? I said, what makes the prize fight when them two fight, right? Let's go on the road together. He said, I ain't even think of that shit, Biv. I said, but check it. Let's not make them headliners. Let's follow someone who's got the ball. He said, well, what you thinking? I said, nigga, let's go and hammer. He was like, huh? I said, trust me. You got Boyz II Men and Jodeci doing what they do, and then you got a whole stage of some dope entertainment after. We're going to be in a few buildings a couple of nights.
Right.
Boyz II Men and Jodeci opened up for MC Hammer. That's their both of their first tours.
And that's took it to a whole other level.
Yes. You understand that. You come from that side. Yeah. You got to give bro his props.
Oh,
he
MC
put the
Hammer's
people
massive.
in the seats.
Yeah, oh, man.
And he gave a great show.
Oh, man.
So that's what I was
90
trying.
people on stage.
Yes, the whole thing.
It was Cirque du
It was
Soleil
the truth.
before Cirque
It
du
was
Soleil.
Cirque Soleil. That's a good way.
It was that. It was backflips, trapeze,
Right.
everything.
But look at it though. Every night we had to make sure we rep because they was gonna rep, and that's like sharpening the knife. Right. So we sharpened them, they sharpened us.
Today, do you think there could be a successful R&B group with the business? Does the business make sense?
See, E, that's like it's an age placement. Like we're always good for a little Michael Jackson. But can some 30-year-olds get a record deal?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Singing is singing. Like when we go to dinner, you go out with your folks. Sometimes that singer at the restaurant is doper than the one on the radio, right? But they still can't get a deal.
Yeah.
Then, right? Check it out, Laura. Then you got the shorty, and you like, well, damn, everyone don't understand the kid game. Send them over to Disney. But you figure someone just has to own it and someone has to figure out how to work around the politics.
Right.
Because all you got to do is get in. Like I see what Kevin and them and Mary's doing with Juan Moore.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Juan Moore is going to stay Juan Moore or they still going to be Boyz II Men Part 2.
Right.
Someone has to make the decision of what lane they're going to go because they got the voices, but they still got to have their own little thing. And even though daddy is daddy, you still got to let it go without umbilical and let them go. That's my thing.
Do you, so I don't know if people know this, or maybe, I think it was in a documentary or the movie, Ronnie's uncle, Brooke, who really is y'all's
Godfather. Yeah.
And made the new edition that we fell in love with, the steps, the suits, the songs.
Yes.
That's Ronnie's uncle.
Yes.
You know, he gave y'all something that was timeless.
Facts.
And understood what that meant on stage to be classy and timeless. And is that piece of the game missing too?
Oh wow.
That entertainment,
you hit
packaging.
You hitting, and you know what's interesting, and then I'll explain it to you too, Laura. On the R&B side, there's two words that sit parallel, but people don't understand them. What New Edition do is we're considered steppers.
Okay.
What most R&B groups do is dance. So if there was more groups stepping, then you would see a movement of stepping. But now, because of the Chris Browns and the this, that, and the third, some of the groups don't know which way to go. But Brooke was a master of sending us down the stepping route, and that's how we won. Because we were giving you the Temptations, the Four Tops groups that step. And I don't know if these groups understand stepping, but stepping can be just as clever as the record. Because ain't no one stepping no more.
There's another thing here, right, which I've watched a lot in the mainstream music game, right? Biggie had it, right, because he was using a familiar song. M2 made Juicy. Cross-generational smash hit. And I'm going to add some storytelling, nostalgic rhymes across the top. This going to get grandma.
Right.
This going to get, you know, her granddaughter. This going to get everybody in the same space to listen to this record. And then you apply that same thought to what New Edition was doing. Y'all was some young boys, so young people gonna rock with y'all because y'all young and fly. Songwriting, incredible.
Right.
But now you giving grandma and them something with the stepping and the suits.
And the suits, right.
And you bringing generations around an idea.
Yep.
Bad Bunny just did the same thing with his album, Un Verano Sin Ti, where it was literally every song on the album was a cultural, Latin, generational smash. Abuela, everybody was like, I love Bad Bunny. Young people was rocking with him. And I think people miss that opportunity to be timeless and classic because they're so focused on being trendy.
But they not signing that though, Ebro. You gotta sign it. You gotta know that there's money there, and you gotta have an executive that understands that art and that element of how
and
to
wants
cook
to spend
that
the money to do it.
Exactly. I mean, you figure this way, right? All of us are of age, so we got daughters, we got nieces, whatever. So there's always a younger generation. They should always have their own, no matter what it is. Some of these kids until these R&B groups come, they got to listen to older hip hop, or they got to listen to the girl, you know, with the shorts on, because that's all they could see. But the minute you put that Michael Jackson voice or that cute little light-skinned kid with the curly hair with the vocals, it's a wrap.
It's out of here.
Because the one thing about it is young little girls always like to look at cute boys. Ain't nothing like a talented teenager. Look at it this way. Why was we waiting on Bron? Because he was what? A talented teenager. You that will never stop spinning. You just got to know to grab the talent, and then you got to be able to say, you know what, this may be a regional thing. Then I move across the country. Then that way I bring the audience to make it undeniable.
So whose idea was it to go get Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis for Any Heartbreak album? How did y'all pull that off? Because they was the ones at the time, you know, they obviously, you know, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, their resume speaks for itself. But y'all, you know, New Edition had struggled for a few albums before that Any Heartbreak.
I think they were selected because they did Control. And I think Control is like a testimonial album, right? For her, Janet. And I think where we were as a group, they understood what our differences was, and they made an album around our reality. And sometimes you go see a producer, they already have a record. They were the type that want to talk to you, hang out with you, and then they make the record your personality. So Can You Stand the Rain is about New Edition. If It Isn't Love is about New Edition. All of that was their version of what...
Yeah.
Right, but all of that...
Yo,
right.
that's the sleep on. Yo,
Right.
You're Not My Kind
Right,
of Girl.
right.
Hey, man.
Right. That's an ill
That
video,
was the
too.
shit.
Yeah, that was an ill video. But the reason I think they was selected, because they was like the perfect ones for the situation.
Yeah.
They had the hits, and they understood how to help us kind of therapeutically come through the music.
And this doc that's on AllBLK, go get the app. You know, as Biv articulated, it's a feel-good story, really captures where you're at now and also some of the past.
Yeah, and you know, you got to understand, man, you know, for me, I just feel as though I put up a lot of points on the board. I feel like as an artist and executive, bringing street ball to the celebrity game, a lot of things, even helping cast behind the scene, consulting some of their issues, I just felt like after I saw The Black Godfather, I just felt like I wanted to do that. You know, I thought the Clarence Avant story on Netflix was the illest shit I've seen in years.
Yeah.
So I kind of put my story as the second coming of that. I wanted to be like that. You know, and when you look at the story, you can see all of the guests and the conversations and this, that, and the third. But I knew after the New Edition story and the Bobby story and everyone's story, they like, well, damn, is it anything left? Absolutely, there was more left. And when you watch the doc, you can see things and hear things that's never been said before.
Y'all give it up. This is the brother Michael Bivins. Y'all know what he is. We appreciate you. Support him.
Yes.
You putting out artists anytime soon? Well, you still in that game?
I'm not doing that, man. But I have a soundtrack, Ebro, and honestly, I wanna sit in the room, and I want you to hear it because I want to get your opinion of the room.
It's out right now for people.
No.
Listen?
I'm not even gonna come to 24. I'm dropping something tomorrow with BBD and Rev Run. I'm doing the Me and Johnny record. My third single is New Edition. My fourth record is me, Ron, and Snoop. I just want you to hear it because the respect in the ear that I'm looking for will help me understand, did I make my Curtis Mayfield? Because that's what it is. So it's the documentary and it's the soundtrack. And I just want to say to a few people before I leave, to my wife, my EP, Tisha, to Fiskries, you know what I mean, to Rico, thank y'all. Thank to Yvonne. Thank the AllBLK team for just believing in the project. And thank y'all for helping us go #1.
Biv, give it up. Thank you, sir.